Kid in Burley. I remember the fourth grade, they said, have you ever been to Zions National Park? Yeah, I have. Nobody lifts their hand and said, did you ever been to National Park? Yeah, I've been to there. And did you ever been to Seattle? Yeah, I've been. Those summer things that we did every summer, we'd load the car up with all the kids. Well, the old Buick, typically my place was underneath Dad's arm. He's got the steering wheel here and I'm right there.
Was that your seatbelt, or did you actually have seatbelts in those cars?
Oh, that's for people who don't know how to drive. So anyway, one time we're going to Provo, or maybe Salt Lake, I don't know which one it was. But you remember this? So anyway, we're coming from Burley and we stopped in Brigham City. That's right. We stopped in Brigham City to get gas.
Something like that. There you go.
Is this better?
Yeah.
I like yelling. So we stopped to get gas, everybody piles back in the car, and we take off. And we get to Bountiful.
Bountiful, yeah.
It was Bountiful. It's where that service station had, 100 gas pumps? Is that what it was? Slim.
She
Slim
wasn't
Olson's,
there.
yeah.
She doesn't know.
So Slim Olson's, and Mom says, "Where's Louise?" I knew we left her in Brigham City.
You did!
I got in all kinds of trouble for that. I sat underneath Dad's arm for 10 years.
They had to drive back? Yep. Oh, boy, I didn't know you knew that.
I'm lucky you're still alive.
You dirty rat. She was.
My mind just kind of rambles about many things, but Kids Week was a gigantic thing for us as adult children. We loved the fact that Mom and Dad would take all your kids, and you've seen that picture of that, what are there, 15 of them? Something like that. This isn't working.
It's working.
Those kids thought they had died and gone to heaven. There were no rules or anything, and as they got a little older, Mom and Dad had a little Honda Accord. I think the Wilsons finally wore it out of 200,000 or 300,000 miles. What was that?
Yeah, it had like over 270,000 miles to land.
Oh, gosh.
Well, anyway, so just about every kid in the Hanks clan learned how to drive. It didn't matter if you were 8 years old or 16 years old, driving around the mile, because you could see them from our house. You could see where the car was all the way around. And they would get up in the morning, start driving, and they'd drive till night. Round and round and round, until one day, I think Natalie went to town. I think that ended that.
Great.
So, I don't know.
Do you know the Ray Mitchell sheriff came over and said, "Dad, are those kids driving that car?"
Are you serious?
I don't know.
Then the other thing, just kind of how life was when we lived on the old farm. Not really, because except for Gary, the rest of us didn't really live on that farm very long. He lived there the longest. By the time I got there when I was a sophomore in high school, so I was only there for 3 years. But I remember putting up 3 crops of hay. So here you go, you've got, I'll tell you this about the hay deal. She talked about the derrick. Derrick, the thing that get those bales off the wagons, we'd stick a fork in each one of the bales, and the one thing to pull it up as a little tractor, a little A, a little farmall A, you back it up and then it'd go up the side of the stack, And then because the derrick was kind of like on the other side of the stack, when it got to the top, it would swing across naturally. And then the guy on the top of the stack, which was typically Darryl, and he had a great vocabulary from the Marines. And the thing is swing across, and he'd say, "Yeah, and somebody yanked the rope that was on it and drop the bales so that he didn't have to chase them all over the stack." Well, I'll never forget one day. I was probably maybe 9 years old, and I was driving that little red tractor back and forth to pull the cable up so lift the hay and then drive it forward to drop it down. Well, I picked it back it up, but my legs were so short I couldn't hardly hold the brake. I had to get a hold of the steering wheel and slide down like this to hit the brake so I wouldn't slide back down. I'll never forget, I got one that was crawling up the stack, it swings out across it, and I couldn't hold it. It comes down, and bam, it hits Daryl, about knocks him off the stack. He comes over, he's an old Marine. He comes over the over the corner of the stack, and that's the first time I really got a Scotch blessing. I knew all the swear words when we were done. He didn't want me to do that. That was good. Then the other thing I remember a lot about Dad particularly is that he knew each of us kids kind of on an intimate basis. Like I'll never forget the sex talk. You didn't? Well, that's because you have a mom. So anyway, we're coming home from, I was probably in high school. But she was in something. There was a difference. And we're coming home, and he's driving the pickup, and looks over at me, and he goes, "Gordon, anything you want to know about sex?" And I go, "No." "Okay." We're both in great shape. We both want to hear that same and then, well, I can go on, but I had ideal parents. If you had to choose, if that was the option, I chose wrestling. Just two of the most fantastic people I've ever been around. I never heard my dad say anything in a derogatory voice to my mother, ever. I don't think I ever heard him say anything good about her, and vice versa. And they were an incredible team. I mean, one went outside and worked like crazy, and mom would stay in the house and run the house, and got 5 kids with college educations and temple marriages, and I'm telling you, it's when I get up there, well, like I've always told everybody, I can't wait to play ball with my dad. Thank you.